Listeners, seekers of truth, we gather today to confront a moment in our epic history, a moment that cuts through the ages with its raw pain and profound injustice. We speak of Draupadi, the queen, the daughter of fire, the embodiment of dignity, and the unspeakable humiliation she endured in the court of Hastinapura. This is not merely a tale of ancient times, it is a mirror reflecting the darkness that lurks within the human heart, the consequences of unchecked greed, and the enduring struggle between dharma and adharma. The Grand Assembly Hall, filled with kings and elders. Yudhishthira, the righteous king, bound by the rigid code of honor, is lured into a game of dice by the cunning Shakuni. One by one, he loses his kingdom, his wealth, his brothers, and finally, his wife, Draupadi. This is not a mere game of chance, it is a meticulously crafted trap, a web of deceit woven by envy and malice. Shakuni's loaded dice symbolize the corruption that has seeped into the heart of the kingdom, a corruption that will ultimately lead to its destruction. And then, Draupadi is summoned, not as a queen, but as a prize, a chattel. She poses a question that reverberates through the ages. How could a man who has lost himself take his wife? A question that challenges the very foundation of dharma, the very notion of justice. The assembly, filled with learned men and elders, remains silent. Their silence is not mere passivity, it is a betrayal, a collective failure to uphold the principles they are sworn to protect. This silence speaks volumes about the moral decay that has gripped the court. Dusana, the embodiment of cruelty, drags Draupadi by her hair into the assembly, attempting to strip her of her dignity, her very essence. It is an act of unspeakable barbarity, a violation that transcends the boundaries of mere physical assault. In that moment of utter helplessness, Draupadi turns to the divine, crying out for protection. And the divine answers. Her sari becomes endless, a miracle that shames the perpetrators and reminds the assembly of the power of righteousness. This divine intervention is not just a spectacle, it is a reaffirmation of the enduring power of faith and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Bhima, the mighty warrior, erupts in fury, vowing to avenge this heinous crime. His oath is a testament to the raw, untamed justice that burns within him. And amidst the silence and complicity, a lone voice rises, Vikarn, a Kaurva, who dares to speak the truth, declaring the wager illegal and unjust. His courage is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there are those who will stand for what is right. These moments of defiance, these acts of courage, are the seeds of resistance that will ultimately blossom into the Kurukshetra war. Yet, the cycle of treachery continues. Duryodhan, driven by insatiable greed, convinces his father to call for a second dice game. Yudhishthira, bound by his sense of honor, accepts, and once again, he loses. The Pandavas are banished into exile, their kingdom stripped away, their dignity trampled. This exile is not just a punishment, it is a test, a crucible in which their strength and resilience will be forged. It is a necessary step towards the ultimate confrontation, the battle that will decide the fate of the kingdom. Draupadi's humiliation is not just a story of ancient times, it is a timeless lesson about the dangers of unchecked power, the consequences of moral compromise, and the enduring struggle between good and evil. It reminds us that silence in the face of injustice is complicity, that true strength lies in standing for what is right, and that even in the darkest of times, hope and righteousness can prevail. Let us remember Draupadi's courage, Bhima's fury, and Vikarn's defiance, and let us strive to uphold the principles of dharma in our own lives, so that such injustices may never be repeated.